Hi, I'm Sam Peebles with Awesome Dallas Tours. I'm a local historian and tour guide. And of course, my bread and butter down here in Neely Plaza is the John F. Kennedy Assassination. I do tours every day of the week. But on this video, I'd like to talk about the history of Dallas. And so we're going to go to the very beginning. Long before there was a Dallas, Texas, there was this area. This is the southern part of the Great American Prairie. It stretches all the way from here in North Texas to Canada. And there were people living here long before Americans or Europeans ever came here. And primarily in this area, there were two groups of Native Americans. There were the Caddos, who we refer to as the good Indians. They were quite peaceful. They farmed, and they saw the writing on the wall. And when European settlers came to North Texas, they saw what was happening, and they signed a treaty and eventually moved down to Mexico. There was another group of Native Americans who lived here as well. Their name was the Comanche. Now, the Comanche saw the writing on the wall and decided to take advantage of it. The Comanches were called the Mongols of the West because they had found the horse a couple hundred years earlier, which had been left over by the Spanish conquistadors, and they had mastered the horse by the 1850s, and they rode the plains of North Texas hunting buffalo, and that's why they came to North Texas, to the Dallas area, what we call Dallas now, because the Trinity River is about half a mile behind my shoulder, and this is where the buffalo came, obviously, to drink, and this is where the Indians would find them. Now, right around 1837, 1838, after the Texas independence, a man by the name of John Neely Bryan came to this area and saw quite clearly that the Trinity River was passable here, and got a great idea. He was on the run. Remember, all of our founders in Texas come from Tennessee or Arkansas, and they're coming to the frontier, the raw frontier, because they are on the lam from the law, they owe some money, they've married 2 or 3 different women, whatever, they've come here to get away. John Neely Bryan is one of these people, and he sees an opportunity to make money here. The Caddos are still here, the Comanches come here, and he decides to set up a trading post here, right over here on my shoulder on this bluff, and he's going to sell guns and whiskey and trinkets and hatchets and such to the Native Americans, which he doesn't have the money, so he goes back to Arkansas, either steals or borrows the money. In a couple of years he comes back, and right around 1844, 1845, he's here on this corner behind me. This is called, he's going to call it Bryan's Bluff. This is John Neely Bryan. The problem is that the Caddos have left, and the other problem is the Comanches, although they buy from him, he's always afraid they're going to kill him, because this is what the Comanches do. If there's any settlements around here, they will come in and typically murder every adult and kidnap the children, and then they will ransom the children, and if they can get some ransom money, they'll take that. If they can't ransom the children, they will either kill them or keep them in part of the tribe. At any rate, John Neely Bryan is confounded by this, but would you know it, in 1849, gold is discovered at Sutter's Mill in California, and it turns out that Bryan's Bluff is the last place in the southern United States that you can buy supplies before you go out west to go find gold, and all of a sudden business is booming. People are coming here, and as other people move to Dallas to buy stuff, they decide, why go to California to dig gold? I'll just stay here in Dallas and sell stuff to these folks coming through, and that's what they do. So Dallas is, from the get-go, going to be a place where people come to make money. There's no other reason for it to exist other than for this fact. And behind me will be called Bryan's Bluff. John Neely Bryan will do very well here in Dallas. He will eventually become mayor of the city. He will find a wife. They're going to get married and have a bunch of kids. Flash forward 20 years later to 1860. John Neely Bryan will get the crazy idea to join the Confederate States of America. It is now, Texas is a state in the Union. It has seceded for the Civil War, and John Neely Bryan will decide to become a Confederate soldier. He will go off to fight. He will learn very quickly what a bad idea that was, and he will come back down to Dallas. At some point he will become insane, and he will be committed to the State Mental Hospital here in Texas. Before he does, though, he's going to rename Bryan's Bluff Dallas after a close friend of his, and he's going to donate all this land, particularly here, the old Red Courthouse, all this was now called Neely Plaza. This was his property, and he's going to deed it to the new city of Dallas.